You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's Sunny Mounts Wood of the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you on the Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled, Marruk's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. What? How would she message? Ah, right. Looking at the very monitor I'm holding, I see even Marruk can't resist leaning in for a peek. Flipping it on, it seems to be a lock screen of some kind. Wait, it's in English? What kind of gibberish is that? Oh, whoa, I wonder how Tyr did that. This is my language. Opening it up, I can see a few menus. The names seem to be a bit janky. What I can only assume as context is just people, and I don't even know what the technology button is for. I think this might only be using words I've said before. Seems like a pretty decent model. Not as nice as mine, though. Well, give it a test, why don't you? Oh, right. I'll just shoot one of the others a text real fast, just to make sure it all works, of course. Text Marilyn, okay. I bet Doc would like to know that I'm figuring out my new monitor. I'll surprise him with a text. Quickly writing a short message, I hit send and wait. Although I don't have to wait long, as Doc messages back almost immediately. Oh, Rias, I'm glad to see everything is working well. Let me know if you find any errors, and I'll let Professor Sito fix them when he can. And message me anytime. If you need to, that is. Chuckling to myself, I send a goodnight back as I close the projection and roll the phone over into my hands. It really is a broken piece of shit, but with this new monitor attached, it feels priceless. Although, when I flick the power button, nothing happens. I had so much saved on here, What's wrong? Ain't this kinda all you wanted? Marruk? Sorry. I just figured you'd be more, well, I don't know, peppy, cheery. Yeah, this is great, but it's not just some cure-all for my woes. And honestly, it just raises more questions. Look here, it won't even turn on anymore. I don't know if there's a miscommunication somewhere, but my monitor wasn't just a dictionary. I can't tell if it's not charged or if something is wrong, but I really need to be able to access what was on this before I got these new features. I'm not sure I follow, but if it's important to you, I can ask Doc to look into it. Thank you, Marruk. It was like photos and messages and stuff like that. Things that could remind me of home. Oh. So, I'd kind of like to get those back if I can. Right, I get that. His expression is hard to read as he stares off into the room. I know he isn't particularly fond of talking about his past, but I think he at least understands why this is important to me. Well, look, I'll message Doc about it in the morning, but until then, I think it's time to call it for the night. I don't need you getting any more, freaked out. We have a lot to talk about in the morning. I'm glad he's taking this seriously. I could really use his help. You're right, of course. Lost in thought, I make my way to the bed as Marruk just shakes his head. He hits the lights and checks a few more messages before the room goes silent. For a moment. Hey, Rias, don't dare interrupt as he gathers his thoughts. A faint blue hue dancing on the edges of the walls tells me everything I need to know. Second, y'all. Tea time. Oh, that's good. I might make some good tea. Just try not to worry about tomorrow or whatever. I hear him curse under his breath, but then not another word. I simply offer up, night, Marruk, and go to bed. Day 11. Running. I'm always running from something, and then the dream ends. Fuck. What was I even running from? Swinging my legs off the side of my bed, I rub my eyes and try to wake up. Yawning, I forget the rest of my dream and look around, only to see that I'm alone. But Marruk? A bit worried that I might still be dreaming, I shoot up and take a closer look. Yeah, he's not in his bed, and I don't hear any noises coming from the bathroom either. Guess he had an early shift. Wait, no, he's supposed to be here to help with my meeting today. Speaking of, I should try and get ready for that. He's still not here even after I've gotten cleaned up? I guess I should just wait and... I have a fucking... Pulling out my monitor, I quickly send Marruk a text asking where he is. It doesn't take long for him to respond, although I'm not entirely sure what... Coming back from jog. Food on me. Be soon. Could possibly mean. I think there might be a few kinks to work out with this whole monitor situation still. He'll be here soon. I know he won't be late. About half a mark later, I hear some measured footsteps coming from outside. Good, you're still up. Here, eat this quick and let's get to it. I don't know how much time we're gonna have. Nodding, I take the tray and start eating. He throws his uniform on and sits next to me, grabbing something off the tray for himself. So, the captain? Yep. Alright, as I told you yesterday, don't even bother addressing her as anything but captain. Never speak unless spoken to. If you speak out of line, she'll shoot you down in an instant. Okay, that seems simple enough. Good. If she asks you any questions, be sure to answer quickly and efficiently. Give her only the information she needs, and make sure to explain it in a manner that is conducive to the situation. No ums or uhs. Got it? Alright, I get that too. Look, she doesn't know you, and she probably just wants to make sure you aren't a threat or anything for herself. If she asks more than, 3 questions, I'll be amazed. Just make sure not to waste too much of her time. Alright. Marruk goes back to staring off into space as I gnaw on what's left of my breakfast. I'm glad that he could even give me that much advice, but I'm still a bit worried. I mean, she's the captain of an entire space station. She must be a big deal. How does someone even get that kind of job? Hey, Marruk? Do you know how the captain got her job? As the helmsman? Not really, no. Seriously? I've only heard rumors, honestly. I'm willing to bet he's just too afraid to ask. During a visit from some that is a hard fucking word to say. Eayan delegates, I overheard one of them talk about her history as a general. Apparently she was an impassioned leader. They said she earned so many accommodations that no one knew what to do with her except point her in a direction. Although I don't know what conflict she would have fought in. Alright, well... Bzz. Freezing mid-sentence, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. The monitor flicks to life by itself and I see a new message from an unknown contact. Turning to Marruk, he gestures at me to open it. Rias, your appointment with the captain will be at the 10th mark. Do not be late. 10th mark? How much longer is that? Instinctively looking up to the top left of my phone, I notice there's a clock. Wait, it's already 9:40? Oh shit! What? This is my meeting's in 20 minutes! What? Damn it! I should have expected that. Come on then, let's go! Hopping off the bed, I grab my stuff as we head out the door. Marruk quickly leads us down the hallway, taking new turns as we veer off the usual course. Coming to an unassuming door, he scans his ID and presses a button, only for us to stand waiting outside. It doesn't take long for me to understand we're waiting for the elevator, which swiftly arrives. We step into the small service lift, and Marruk furiously mashes what I can only assume is the door close button. It doesn't help it close faster. He doesn't look at me during the ride. I think he's busy figuring out if I need to do anything else, or just preparing himself if he needs to meet the captain as well. Once the doors open, he almost bolts out, forcing me to catch up. This is not what I was expecting. The added greenery is nice, and the rug feels a bit unnecessary, but it's also nice to walk on something that isn't metal for once, so I don't mind. It doesn't take long until we come to a massive set of doors. Marruk speeds ahead, but I find it harder and harder to keep up, and I have to stop myself from tripping more than once. I can feel my breath becoming labored as we inch closer and closer, and I'm still not sure I'm ready for this. What if I make a fool of myself or say something stupid and make things harder for my guardians? I've already fucked up their lives so much, the least I could do is make one appointment go right. Rias? Maybe we could just go back and... Rias! But what? Right as we reach the doors, I snap out of it and turn to Marruk. His welcoming snarl is plastered across his face as he stares me down. If he said something, I've missed it. Sorry, I was... What's wrong with you? What? What do you mean? He sighs and walks us just off to the side of the door. Why are you all... Look, why are you freaking out? We prepared for this, didn't we? Prepared? Marruk, I don't think I'm ready for this. Huh, you'll be fine. How can you know? With his grimace unchanging, his vision flicks from pupil to pupil, looking for an answer. There you go. Tea time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's jump back into it, shall we? In truth, I don't know what he could... Rias, I think you're the scariest thing on this shitty station. You just haven't realized it yet. When I was first called to contain whatever the fuck was terrorizing the crew, I expected a monster. Something so frightening would make even a trained soldier drop tail and run. And I found you. Something that, in light of whatever the fuck was going on, was able to take up arms and almost fight back against me. Me, of all Khura'in. Something that's brought this whole place to a standstill. You're something that can stand up to some of the highest-ranking members on this station, and not back down. I don't understand. Look, I'm not the best at this shit. What I'm trying to say is this. Rias, I know this shit ain't easy, alright? But you have to understand, all these Karain, the professor, the captain, all of them, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. And I know He doesn't get his next words out as I wrap him in a sudden embrace. My head's pressed up against his chest as I feel my eyes water ever so slightly. In but a moment I realize what a mistake I've made and try to back away, only to be gently stopped by an arm at my back. I gently knead the back of his jacket, tugging at it ever so slightly. I can't tell how much time had passed. It passes as he holds me still. He does, however, let go, and I back off. I can't face him at first, but as I eventually do, his expression is so soft. His scowl is fled, and what's left is so caring. So, if I'm the scariest thing in there, are you afraid of me? Huh, nah. Thanks. He looks around a bit before his usual slight scowl returns, but it isn't as scary as before. Alright, well, come on. You might be brave, but you can't be late. With the reassurance I've been given, I press forward and open one of the massive doors. The light coming from inside blinds me for a moment as we step into a receptionist's office? Oh, by fucking eye, that's a bit disappointing. Marruk walks over to the receptionist's desk and seems to sign us in. I guess he's probably pretty used to this. The receptionist, a younger-looking Karain, turns to him. Oh, Lieutenant, I wasn't expecting you today. What can I help you with? Yeah, nah, I'm just here to make sure this one is on time. She looks over her desk to stare at me, surprisingly, she doesn't dwell on it for too long. Yes, I did see the captain had an appointment lined up. You best head inside, though. She should be ready for you shortly. She gestures to another set of less impressive double doors at the back of the room. I begin to head over, but notice that Marruk isn't following. Are you coming? Ah, no. Captain's real specific about who she lets into her office. Schedules and all that. I gotta leave you here. Sorry. Oh. Hey, none of that shit, alright? You'll be fine. Right. Thank you. Will you just wait out here? In here? By the void, no. Just message me when you're done and I'll come and pick you up. Okay, I'll let you know. He nods and gives me one last look before heading for the door. He doesn't offer me any last words of encouragement. He knows he's said enough. Okay, I can do this. Turning to the doors, I head in. This is, however, not her office, as it seems more like a small connecting hallway. Well, the receptionist did say the captain will get me eventually. At least there's a bench. What Marruk said really did help, even if I still think this whole meeting is a bit much. At this point, I'm convinced that she just wants to see me in person. I don't know what kind of answers I could provide that my guardians cannot. Still, if she's taking time out of her apparently busy schedule to meet me, I should make the most of it. If nothing else, I can get a first-hand impression of her, maybe see why everything is so weird around here. Surely normal Karain society doesn't always function this strangely, right? Huh. I hope not. Checking the time on my monitor, she's definitely late to her own meeting. Pulling out my notebook, I think of jotting down what I can remember from this morning and starting a page of notes for the captain. As I begin writing, time seems to fall away. I know the days are longer here, but this feels like a waste of time. If not just a bit rude. It's been almost a mark since I got here, and I haven't heard a sound come from either door. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there before we get to meet the captain. That's going to be a whole thing, I think. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!